everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Teach Better Today morning show where the Teach Better team gets to join you live every single morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern. I am so excited that we have Elijah and Tracey with us, guys. They are legendary in this Teach Better family. We have them both on screen here with us for the show today, so stick with us. Go fill up your water, your coffee, your tea. Go make it happen. Hey everyone, good morning. We have Elijah and Tracey here with us. Elijah, Tracey, how are you feeling? Good morning.
You just called us legendary. Like, I'm good. Like, oh, check. I'm done.
Cut, wrap. That's it.
I'm done.
Have
I'm
a
legendary.
great day, everybody.
Friends, this will air and you could listen to it as many times as you want. It is how I feel. I will text you every single day and be like, hey, just an FYI reminder, you're legendary.
Right? I find it interesting because like my hype playlist in the mornings right now has a new song with Nas and Lil Wayne, and it's called Icons in Real Time. Yeah. And literally it is every single morning. There's other things I play before that. But as I turn this specific corner, I know that's the song that I have to listen to into the parking lot. Like, that's funny. Like, legendary. Another art teacher, there was a family night at one of the high schools, and one of the art teachers told one of my students that was on tour at the high school that I was famous. And I was like, what? Like, no way. But I think all of these things are just cover for infamous and shenanigans.
I love it. Friends, if you don't know why Elijah and Tracey are legendary, I'll break it down for you. They were amazing educators that we got to hang out with in 2019. They were doing all these amazing things. And then they got married.
Yeah.
And I just love it. And literally the Teach Better family is like, you know how we have like people that had babies. We're like, oh, that's a Teach Better baby. You guys are our favorite Teach Better couple. Like, that's just the truth.
Yeah. We are the prince and princess. I get to be the princess.
I like it. There we go.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's so crazy to be able to do this with Tracey. And just like, because here's the thing, like some people know, some people don't, is we started out as like coworkers. Like she was the art teacher. I was a fourth grade teacher. And then that, like, it was Kids Deserve It, the book study, remember? Book study. And then like that just developed into like deeper collaboration and like that organic collaboration that we all strive for. And then one thing led to another. And then,
one thing led to
another, right?
Collaboration happened like on multiple levels.
We had a collaboration-ship.
Yes, we had a collaboration-ship before we had a relationship.
I love it, friends. I'm so excited you're on here and together because I have so many questions, but I have to tell you, this episode will no way be able to highlight all of the things we need to because individually, you are amazing educators. So together on one show, we would need this to be like a full 24-hour session. Elijah, I want to start with you. Will you tell us a little bit about what you do? And please tell us about the book because I know you're an author. Educators love your book. We want to hear all the things. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is my 10th year in education. All of those years have been in New Mexico. So proud New Mexico teacher. I kind of followed in those family footsteps. It was either like, it's always been like some sort of service, like military or like firefighters or teachers. And so that was in the family line sort of. And so that's the footsteps I followed in. I met Tracey. We met, I think it was my 4th year of teaching. And it was that following year that we started really collaborating on, I started writing my book. Or no, it was the year after that, right?
He walked into my classroom after having 6 mass emails go out about, hey, here's my new blog. And he walks into my classroom and he goes, I think I'm going to write a book. And I was like, okay. And now we have a book.
And now we have a book. We have a
yeah.
book.
A Place They Love by Elijah Carbajal.
Yeah, A Place They Love. That was actually released on Teach Better 2022. Like first day, like launch, it was just an incredible experience, and y'all did a great job at like highlighting that and just sharing the love and all that. But yeah, right now I'm currently working as an MLSS coach, or MTSS is nationally known. MTSS, multi-tiered systems of support. So I get to work with, right now, I think I have about 12 different schools that I'm kind of working with, just doing different coaching to help student achievement in all areas, not just academics, right? And, yeah, I'm 50% of the edu couple though. So we got to pass the mic over to the other 50% now.
Oh, I know. And Elijah, no offense, but Tracey is the best personality of all time. She's so like, she literally brightens any room she walks into. There's no way to forget her unless you are like doing your hardest. So Tracey, I would love to hear about who you are, what you do, all the amazing things you're doing, because you are somebody that everyone in our network definitely needs to connect with.
So every time anyone asks me who I am, like, I don't know how to answer that question. It's so funny. Like, I will give you some like metaphorical answer at this moment, because the last time I was asked on a podcast, a Teach Better podcast, or with another, I was on another Teach Better with another Teach Better family member, and they asked me who I was, and I was like trying to answer it. I have an update. I am a middle school art teacher.
Yay.
At Garfield STEM Magnet and Community Middle School.
Woo!
At this magnet school, we are definitely, you will see every single faction of the Breakfast Club. So the princess, the brain, the athlete, the criminal, and the basket case. And I am their Mama Odie. Like, I am their Mama Bear. Like, so Mama Odie has showed up. And I'm like, it's strange, but like I just talked to them like the old ladies like did to me when I was growing up. And it seems to work really well now. Like, so I'm like grandma, like to everybody. But in the midst of all of that, like, so I am currently working to bring this program at this school. We came back to Albuquerque from Aztec, and then before Aztec I was in Texas. So like I came back home to New Mexico. And so by the time I met Elijah, I was real far along. I think I was like 10, I might have been 12 or 13 years into my practice. So then when we got together, he was like, I think I'm going to go back to Albuquerque. I was like, you're not leaving me here. Like, we're going, that's a we. Like, you're not leaving me here. So when we like interviewed and like did the whole interview and like an application process, we were in the middle of a lockdown. That was the summer of 2020.
Oh my God.
Like, it was crazy. Well, then we got the jobs and we moved here. And so in that interview, the principal that I'm under, he told me about what had kind of gone on at this school coming into the pandemic. And he said, I need somebody that can build this program. This is what I want. And we're coming in to try to apply for our national magnet school certification. So this is now my 4th year at Garfield STEM. And I can tell you right now, we are there. Yeah, that program has literally been blood, sweat, tears, like chemical burns, the whole 9 yards. And we renamed it because it's branded. And the Steamworks Studio, I'm going to be taking several children and many of their family members. I'm going to be taking 20 on a group with an EF tour at the end of this year to France. So now not only have we built our studio and we've built our reputation, now we get to take it to the streets. And it is like we don't ever do anything small. So we have 3 films for the New Mexico Junior Film Prize that have been greenlit. So we're currently filming. We are fundraising for France trips. We have a huge lowrider car show, dance, like food truck vendors. Kids are making art to sell. Like yeah. And then we monetized our side hustles because we're both creative. Like I'm an artist and Elijah works like in music and art and all kinds of like cool endeavors. So like when we monetized to become captain and crew and house Tracey Taylor Fine Art and the Edgy Couple podcast and Shut Up and Teach podcast and Elijah's book. And then now we have not one, but 2 like clothing and like fashion accessory lines. Like, yeah, like we're in the process of writing a new book.
And you wonder how I came up with the word legendary to describe the two of you. It's so awesome. This is such exciting work. And I know so many educators in our network, whether they're connected with you or not, are going to want to explore more. So here's what I'm thinking, especially Tracey, we want to hear about this program. We want to hear about some tips and tricks that we can share with our community. We'll be right back to let's get into some hard hitting questions to get our listeners some really good value. We'll be right back. Friends, I told you here on Teach Better Today, this episode was going to need to be hours and hours long because it has already been full of so much energy. Before we go in to getting some tactical and strategic suggestions for our community here, Elijah, Tracey, I would love to have you share the podcast that you're a part of, because when this streams, when we stream to Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, I hope they go friend you, follow you, all that good stuff. But if they're listening over on Teach Better Talk podcast, they're already right there on Apple, Google Play, Spotify to go find your content there as well. So tell us a little bit about where the educators can find that information.
Yeah. We'll start with Edgy Couple. So I guess the best place to direct everybody would be captainandcrew.com. I guess that's a good starting place for kind of all things that we have. Like Tracey mentioned, that's our platform. It houses everything that is Shut Up and Teach, a place they love. Tracey Taylor Fine Art, Tracey's business, because she's not just the art teacher, right? She's a working artist. So she's got that. We have a bespoke line.
The Hope and Help clothing line and
clothing collection,
home accessories.
Yeah, I mean, just links to all of our other
merchandise
stuff, merchandise, Tracey's blog, Chicken Whistle. So yeah, I guess that would be the best place. If anybody's listening, not watching right now, our handles on social media are at Captain Crew, but Captain is spelled with a K. Crew is spelled Krewe.
Like Mardi Gras.
So
good. So
and all of our podcasts are on all of the normal platforms. Like
Apple
you
Podcasts,
can totally
Spotify.
find us on all those. And some of them have video.
Actually, I think
it feels a little bit like Three's Company around here because like we set up our little 1970s cameras, like using like television sitcom filming as like an inspiration, like setting it up and just doing like a real simple 3-camera edit. Like I literally created my own like TV show, like
that's so
with Elijah.
Fun.
Like
it's fun.
This is how we play. So like at some point when you look at all of these things we're doing, I know the first question is, Tracey, how do you find the time? I don't. I am time blind. So I have a million supports in place to let me know like when, like to keep me organized regarding time and space. So if anybody is really got a line on some Einstein's level stuff, I could really use some help. I need a physics teacher maybe think it's I need to collaborate with a physics teacher, I think. So at some point, Elijah and we were doing all of these creative endeavors, and we had put in this idea of recess every day, like just as like work-life balance, because I don't believe that self-care should be binging just as much as, I cared for myself by binge drinking at happy hour in the first 10 years of my career. Like, I can't binge anything. Like, I just don't have the time or the effort or the recovery time that it takes. So everything has to be sustainable. So we put in an hour of recess. Well, then we realized that by doing that, we could actually monetize it. We could actually put it out as content for other people. We could create resources. We could play. And so that play makes it all better for
I
like
love
a
that.
lot of us.
Mhm.
I love that the work you're doing, you all enjoy creating as much as then you hope people enjoy consuming and enjoying, because it's so much more fun to be able to consume content from somebody that enjoys doing the work and enjoys putting it out there for others to enjoy. So many good things here. If we were to brainstorm something that we would want our network here to take away for their day, there's so much energy that just fills the room every time I talk to the two of you. It's so fun, and I'm so motivated every time I talk to you both, because I just love the dynamic of the two of you and your passion just to like do fun stuff and make magic happen on a constant basis. So if our listeners here are looking for something to keep top of mind, maybe a challenge that she should consider throughout the day, what should we share with them today?
What you thinking?
Find your edgy partner, right?
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? I've got the edgy couple shirt, his story, her story,
Their
their
story,
story, our
our
story,
story.
right? And
Yeah.
that's kind of our story, right? It's been captain and crew isn't just, myself, and it's not just Tracey, and sometimes those roles change, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes you lead, sometimes you follow. I think that's what our first podcast episode was about, but
yeah, and it's the whole premise behind captain and crew.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're the lead, and sometimes you're along for the fun, sometimes you're following along, and so it doesn't really like matter whose thing it is. It's just, where does it fit in the place, and does it fit, does it go, like, is this something that is relatable, is it relevant, is it repeatable, is it something that other people could benefit from? So like collaboration, like, yeah, find your collaboration people. And if you don't have people to collaborate, I'm only aware of Teach Better because of Elijah. Elijah was on Twitter out there talking to Becky Schnexer and Kim Bearden from
girl.
Ron Clark Academy. And I was like, what? You did what? So there are absolutely wonderful people out there that we can get you in touch with. Somebody that teaches physics needs to get in touch with me.
You don't have to marry your edgy partner either.
No, you don't have to get married.
I'm not saying go out and find somebody.
That's optional.
That's optional. Although we know that happens a lot. Like in just posting some of this, we've had some folks reach out like, "Yo, I'm married to, my spouse is a
There's
teacher
like
too."
10 couples. There's like 10 or 12.
And so, but that edgy couple, it doesn't always have to be like an actual couple, right? It's that person you go collaborate, that teacher, and not always necessarily like the grade level teacher, right? But like we were collaborating, art teacher, fourth grade teacher, on stuff that we were doing in both of our classrooms separately. So
right now at school, I am collaborating with JROTC. Petty Officer McDaniel will be going on my trip as a chaperone to Paris, France. So like I'm collaborating with JROTC, robotics, which is engineering, and I collaborate with athletics and PE, and I collaborate with social studies.
I love it. And I love the reflection that everybody has something to bring to the table, but find the person that you want to keep that collaboration up with, right? We can collaborate with so many people. And as educators, we do and can choose to do that more often, but really honing in on what can I bring to the table? What does a good collaborative partner look like to me? And then trying to find that right person to fit into the equation, whether it be just a really wonderful partnership, or if it blossoms into a romantic relationship, who knows? All good things. I love it. Friends, I do want to make sure that our community checks out your website and all the content that you are constantly pushing out. I know you're affiliated with the Teach Better team in our podcast network, but if you wouldn't mind sharing that website again, that is specific to you all, and then our network can hopefully head over to that website and check out all the magical things you guys are doing.
All right, I shared it last time. It's your turn.
Captain, spelled Captain with a K,
Mhm.
Captain and A&D, Crew, spelled KREWE.com.
Love it. So special. Elijah, Tracey, this is not long enough. I love the two of you. Thank you for coming on the show bright and early in the morning and giving our network a burst of energy. I really appreciate the two of you.
We love y'all.
We love it. We love
So
y'all.
fun. So fun for everyone else. We have an amazing day ahead. And please let us know if you need anything. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, Teach Better community. Thank you so much for joining the Teach Better Today morning show every single weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. We have so many resources for you outside of this live stream at teachbetter.com, including blogs, podcasts, and professional development that will bring our team to your school. Wherever you are listening from this morning, please make sure you are sharing and celebrating the incredible educators in this world. And hey, if you are listening over on a podcast to Teach Better Talk, we would love a 5-star review. The comments are always so entertaining. We'll see you tomorrow.